Welcome, one and all, to Scotch and episode 100. I always forget. I'll make the thumbnail for the episode and then I'll forget. Alright, let's see. How myself. 436. That's what episode is. 436, ladies and gentlemen. I am randomly into an Oxhorn here as always with my suspender set to maximum stuff. It's a cold day. I'm in my office. It's in the middle of December. But it's cold. And it's especially cold in my office because I have my door open and my window open. The fan blowing all of the air outside, all of the heat outside, in an effort to ventilate my skin. So I'm shaking in my boots. You know what? Audio's bad. How about that? Okay, working on it. I just made a big change. Is that any better? Sorry, I realize the audio is a little off. No change. Check. Testing. Nope. You're the game. What? Alright. I'm gonna fix this. Give me a second here. Okay, check. Wow, that's still so bad. Alright, let's try this. How's that? Let me know. Okay, well I just turned off on YouTube. You can static, no voice. Nope. Better. So bad.
How about that? Is that a little better? Check, 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 check. We will get through this. Never fear. Never fear. We're going to... Yes, there. Is that it? Fixed? Oh, for the love of Pete. All right. And here I thought I was all clever. I get Vive, I get my VR system all installed. I download Subnautica VR so that we can have a special show. And I spend an hour and a half getting it all set up. And I stream live thinking, all right, for once, the first time in Scotch and Smoke Rings history, we're actually prepared for the show. And then this happens. You know what we can do to fix that? To make ourselves feel better? Cigar. I've got people complaining about the video being laggy. And that's because I'm sharing... That's likely because I'm sharing a data connection with my wife who is playing a game right now. I'm getting a decent amount of kilobytes per second, but it's all over the place. So I'm not downloading anything, uploading anything. It's just... Well, let me make sure that I don't have anything going on. Yeah, my network is not really active, so I'm not consuming very much of my data. Aside from doing this live stream. So not sure why it's so... Well, maybe I should text my wife. Hold on a second. All right, well, while we're waiting on a response, let's go ahead and cut our cigar in preparation for the show. Cleaned out my cigar cutter. So now I should be able to cut in peace. All right, stick that in there. And guillotine it. Weird. My wife says she's not gaming at all. Well, then my only explanation is that my internet service provider is throttling me because I'm live streaming, which of course that does happen. These things happen. What kind of cigar are you smoking today, Oxhorn? Today I'm smoking a Cohiba. It's a Cohiba brand. It's not Cuban or anything. It's a Dominican Republic Cuba. A Dominican Republic Cohiba. Every time I show the lighter that I use, I get a lot of negative feedback. Apparently there are some purists out there. So I'm just going to show the flame and not show the tool I'm using. Unless you've already seen it. Jacob says, how many cigars do you smoke a week? Not a whole lot. 2 or 3, really. It's one of the reasons why I enjoy the show. I actually have a moment to myself where I can smoke a cigar. Oxhorn, what do you think about the theory that Jason Bright actually had FEV exposure, and that's why he was seeing visions and hearing voices? Also explains why he was a non-feral glowing one. And it explains his voice. Well, I mean, FEV is a magical substance, and it's one of those things where it's like, since FEV is invented, and it's a magical virus that can pretty much do anything we want it to, it can be the source of any number of explanations. A magical, haunting-sounding voice, why he's a glowing one who also is not feral, stuff like that. But we really don't have any evidence that FEV causes that kind of reaction in ghouls at all. So it's not a really good explanation. It's a possible idea, but it's an idea that's a possibility, but it's not a good explanation. Instead, we already know that glowing ones can not go feral. And it's possible that just the nature of a glowing one could have led to the voice itself, right? It already has the powers of being able to resuscitate other dead ghouls. We don't understand why that happens, but if you go to the chop shop in the Undercity, the guy there, Dr. Barrows, gives a good explanation as to why he thinks that's possible. And it just could be that since this glowing one is not feral and has all of his human memories, he might start to attribute divine powers or divine intervention with the abilities that he has as a glowing one. Okay, I'm getting solid green over here now. 27, 26, 23, 28 kilobytes per second. So you should, if you're getting lag on your end now, it's not my fault. I'm getting a great broadcast here. But glowing ones go feral all the time. That's true. But so do other ghouls. We remember from Oswald's story that he never went feral. It was, in fact, his girlfriend who went feral after having spent 200 years as a non-feral ghoul. So any ghoul can at some point go feral. Lag is non-existent. All right. Yeah, that's weird. I mean, I changed nothing. I spent this entire time talking about ghouls, and it's got to be my ISP. They're throttling me. Was the NCRCF situation slavery? Not any more than any prisoner situation was. The difference being that they did put the prisoners to work. Is it wrong? Is it morally wrong to put prisoners to work? I don't know. I mean, we put prisoners to work even in our own system, but then again, we do pay them. But the wages we pay them are really, really low. As a prisoner, you can get paid to pick up trash on the side of the road, or you can choose any other number of odd jobs in the prison, and we'll pay you. The United States government will pay you like 20 cents an hour. A really, really low amount of money. So if it's slavery for the NCRCF to do what they did to the powder gangers, is it slavery for any government to offer jailers to work or to get any sort of work out of their incarcerated inmates? I'm going to say no. I don't think it's slavery. We have to remember that these are prisoners, right? It's not people who are enslaved because of their religious beliefs, their race, because of the country they're affiliated with, or because they were kidnapped in war. These are people who murdered a caravan, killed a family in a farmstead, right? These are criminals that the NCR had to pick up. Now, without the NCR, they would just be dead. The Legion response to the powder gangers is to kill them. And not just that, to crucify them. And I'm not even making that up. Those of you who have not played, no music? Oh, you can't hear my music? I've got my music going. Alright, how about that? If that's too annoying, let me know and I'll turn it off. But I've got my music going. Anyway, the Legion response to the powder gangers is to crucify them, to nail them to big crosses, right? Not just kill them. So we're really splitting hairs there. Is it morally wrong to get slave labor out of the powder gangers after you choose not to kill them after they kill the caravan? You know, we're really working hard to judge the NCR here. We're really working hard when the Legion is crucifying powder gangers. But that aside, you know, we do have to be higher than the Legion. There's no music, just game sound. Well, at least I'm enjoying my music. I don't know why you're not getting the music, but music is too loud. That's the game. Oh, you're getting the game. Could you lower the volume on the music? I'm just going to turn it off for now. We'll start the game in a little bit, but for now I'm just going to answer questions and smoke my cigar. And sorry that there's no background music right now. I'll figure out my streaming situation here. Actually, maybe I can... Maybe I can add a new audio input. No, a new audio output. No, a new media source. How about that? This will be interesting because I think this is actually going to choose a video, not audio. But let's try it just to see what happens. Treading new water here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. We'll see how that works. Turn it down. There we go. All right, I've got some music playing for you now. You should be able to hear it. I turned down the audio so it's not too loud. You just let me know in the chat. Now, what was I saying? What was this? I was talking about... See, this is what happens. I get on a topic, and then I start reading your comments, and you get me off... you get me confused. And I miss where I was. Basically, what I'm saying is, look, if we're talking about the wasteland, if we're talking about wasteland murals, here's the thing. People who want to, like, they want to defend the Legion or they want to defend raiders will often do so by saying, it's the wasteland. Morality has gone out the window. And yet these same people will judge places or institutions like the NCR for getting work out of prisoners, for example, right? Or for corruption, for example. And you can't have it both ways. It can't both be the wasteland where there is no morality, so anything goes. Oh, and also corruption is bad. Can't be both. So it's silent, no music. It's too low. All right. All right, the music is up. I can't hear my own broadcast. I should probably watch my own broadcast just to see what it sounds like. All right, let's try that. Oh, now it's too loud. There we go. I'm so close. We've only been streaming for 20 minutes now. I almost have a professional level broadcast going on here. Okay, I think I got it. In short, no, I don't think it's wrong for the NCR to get forced labor out of the powder gangers. Alicia Lawrence says, "What's your opinion on Joshua Graham?" I like Joshua Graham. There, my broadcast is okay. I like Joshua Graham. He he's a very damaged guy, and he did it to himself. He's one of those guys that he's damaged himself so much, and he has only himself to blame. But he's also one of those guys that's working really hard to rectify what he's done, to change the situation. But in so doing, he sees absolutely everything in light of his faith. And that's fine. It's really good. I think it's fine to have a faith and to take it seriously and to be passionate about it. But not absolutely everything that happens can be interpreted in terms of your faith. And that's what Joshua Graham does. Now, he's far better than what he used to be when he was part of the Legion and he was moralist and guideless and he didn't have his faith to direct him and he just skinned people alive because he was in the Legion and that's what the Legion does. Yeah, that guy was irredeemable. The guy he is now is, far and away a better human being. And he's constantly trying to fix himself. But we even find that he still has issues that come out when he finally gets an upper hand on the Whitelegs. Like he just wants to tear the Whitelegs apart. He absolutely does not understand mercy, and that's because he has a mind of vengeance during the ending of the primary quest where you can get salt upon wounds. So, he's a wise guy. He's one of those worldly wise people who has learned his life lessons through hard knocks. And that's fine, but it would be smarter to not have to go through the hard knocks to learn life lessons. It's admirable to become wise after having made horrible choices and gone through a bunch of horrible stuff, and now you know better, right? It's better to be smart from youth and to listen to your elders and to take their advice so that you don't have to go through that hardship to learn from firsthand experience. A wiser man didn't get into trouble to begin with because he listened to the wisdom of his elders. But you're still a wise man if you do learn truth after having made horrible mistakes. And that's where we find Joshua Graham. He made horrible mistakes in his life, but he came out on the other hand and a wiser man and can now share that wisdom with other people who hopefully will be smarter than he was and not make the same mistakes that he did. But yeah, I like him as a character. He's a great character. The strange thing is now you guys can hear music, but I can't. Here, let me get my music back up. There we go. Yeah, the show's just not the same unless they have that music going, isn't it? My voice is just not interesting enough. We got to have some sort of music going on. Marianor says, what's your opinion on the Cabot House? I really enjoyed the Cabot House quest. It's a cast of characters that you're not really sympathetic with. None of them are really sympathetic characters. The most sympathetic character, I think, would be Jack, but even he is not that sympathetic because he's still using the blood of his father to stay alive after, how many hundreds of years? 300 years or something like that? Really, the guy I like best is the ghoul. What's his name? I can't remember his name. The guy who meets you in the pub, either the Dugout Inn or the pub at Bunker Hill or the Third Rail. The guy who takes you aside and gives you the quest. He is a sympathetic character. I like him. But none of the other guys are really sympathetic. That said, I did walk away from the Cabot House line of quests really wondering about the role of the supernatural in the world of Fallout. Because here you've got this guy whose mind was taken over simply from contact with what we all think is an alien artifact? Yeah, I'd like to know more about that. And they sort of leave it at that, too. They don't explain it. They're like, yeah, there are alien artifacts in the Fallout universe. That's all we're saying about it. Oh, really? That's it? That's where you're stopping? Okay. Thanks, Bethesda. I want to know more, right? Dead Fox says, hello, Ox. Have you ever tried absinthe? I've only tried the absinthe you can buy in a supermarket, and I don't think that's real absinthe, and I didn't like it. Maybe not my thing. The Meme Lord says, hey, Oxhorn, last week on your stream, you said you spend most of your time making stupid mistakes. This is true. I love stupid mistakes, and I constantly look for a Fallout 4 funny/dumb moments video. Have you ever thought of composing a Fallout 4 funny moments video? Well, what I meant by stupid mistakes is not stupid mistakes in terms of the game, I'll sometimes make a stupid mistake while I'm playing the game, and then I have to go back and re-record it. But really, the main stupid mistakes I make when producing videos is when I'm editing the audio. I don't know why. I didn't used to be this way. I don't know what happened with my mind. But at some point in my life, I developed this weird habit where I misplace consonants while I'm speaking. I could be reading the word that's in front of my face, or it could be a very simple word that I've known all of my life, and then I sit down to record it, and I'll move the consonants around, or swap the vowels, or move the letters within the word in such a way so that it comes out garbled. And I always catch it, and I always stop myself and go back. Sometimes, though, I have to do it over and over and over again till I get the word out right. And the frustrating thing is that it's a normal word. It's not like it's a really hard word. What was the one, like, for my video today? I published a video on Vault 92, and there was one word that I just couldn't say. It took me 30 tries before I finally said the word. It started with an S. It was susceptible, right? So here I am. I'm saying susceptible live on camera. I can say susceptible, but while I was recording the video, while I was making the audio, I'm like, susceptible, shesheshable, 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 deseshapital. What? I couldn't get it right. And there was no one here. Like, my wife wasn't here. There's no one watching. I'm doing this by myself. There wasn't anyone who could get any enjoyment from it. No one who could laugh. So it was just purely frustrating for me. I wasn't entertained. It wasn't human for me. I just couldn't say the word You know, when the more you focus on a word, it becomes harder to say. When you're not thinking about it, you can say susceptible. You can say susceptible. But when you're thinking about it, then you get messed up and like susceptible. Susceptible. I don't know. Those are the kind of stupid mistakes I make when I'm doing my videos. It's really annoying. It's not funny. Supreme Potato says, Ox, play the game already. I'm going to play the game. I always play the game. There has never been an episode where I haven't played the game, except for last week when I didn't play the game. But usually I play the game. I'm going to play the game. It's going to come, but I'm enjoying a cigar, talking about things like susceptible. It'll come. How are you, Ox? This is Paula. I'm doing very well. Vault 92 was tough. I'm really glad that video was over. I had a lot of fun making it. The end result was great, but it took a lot of hours. That ended up being a 55, 53-minute episode. Those 50-plus minute episodes are murder, man. They just take forever. But I couldn't split that up. I knew that if I had split that up into smaller episodes, people would be upset. They don't want to... I mean, the only reason I split episodes up I split a story up into episodes as if it makes logical sense. It makes logical sense to make the Vault-Tec headquarters separate from Vault 92 because they're two different locations. Each one is its own place to explore. They're kind of their own stories. Spreading those out, even though they're part of the same Agatha Song story, makes sense. But if I were to take Vault 92 and split that up into 3 episodes or something, that would just make people upset, and it would be harder to consume. It would be frustrating. So, in situations like that, I just make the episode. And it takes all day. It was a rough day. So, I'm finishing up the Agatha Song series today. And thankfully, the video I'm going to publish tomorrow is a little bit shorter. That said, it's still a lot of work, and I still have to edit the audio. I've got the audio all recorded for tomorrow's video, but I got to edit it. And then I got to put the video together. So, yeah, long night ahead of me after this show. But the weekend's coming. I absolutely love your video on Old World Blues, says Jammin', but I'm curious as to why you didn't cover a Fallout 3 DLC after Honest Hearts. I did. I did The Pit after Honest Hearts. I did Dead Money, Operation Anchorage, Honest Hearts, The Pit, Old World Blues, and then I got something coming up. So you can see the pattern emerging. Eudum Deus, my Latin is rusty, sorry, says, what's the deepest you've had to go into lore? Well, what I tend to do is I tend to go off on tangents about things that aren't related to the lore. It will be related to the lore, but it'll be like what I did in my Vault 92 video. I went off on Haydn's, it was his Opus 3 in D minor. Well, the game said that it was in G minor, but he didn't make a Symphony Number 3 in G minor. It was a symphony, the game called it a Symphony Number 3 in G major, but he didn't make Symphony Number 3 in G major. He made a Symphony Number 3 in D minor. No, it was the other way around. See, I'm getting all mixed up. The game said that that Haydn made a Symphony Number 3 in D minor, but he didn't. He made a Symphony Number 3 in G major. So then I'm doing research to find out what symphony he did in D minor, and it turns out that he didn't make a symphony in D minor until 30 to 35 years after he made a Symphony Number 3 in G major. Of course, while I'm doing this, I forget that you can totally transpose a symphony into any other key you want, so it's quite possible that in the Vault, they just transposed his symphony from G major into D minor. But you wonder, why would you do that? Like, why would they take the time to take Haydn's Symphony Number 3 and transpose it into D minor? It sounds better in G major, which is why he wrote it in G major. Why would they do that? I'm thinking it was a Bethesda mistake. They didn't realize that they just thought, oh, Haydn's the name I recognize. I'm going to say that he did a Symphony Number 3 and blah, blah, blah. They didn't look it up, and they didn't think it was important. That's what I'm guessing. It just so turns out that he did have a Symphony Number 3, but it was in the wrong key. That's what I'm guessing kind of happened. So I think I inadvertently answered your question. Those are the kind of things I fall into the rabbit hole over. Not the lore itself. Presidential candidate James Shue. Well, Elijah Donhart says, hello, Oxnord, good sir. How are you? I'm doing fine. And then James Shue says, Oxnord, I'm going to use that from now on. Well, James, the reason he says that is because my Skyrim character is named Oxnord. I didn't name him. I was live streaming Skyrim for the first time. This was over a year ago. And during the broadcast, I'm making my character, and I said, what should I name him? And everyone said, be a Nord, and name him Oxnord. So I did. I named him Oxnord, and he was fun. I killed Alduin with him, so... Who is your favorite character in Fallout New Vegas Old World Blues? Ethan says, where is the Scotch in Scotch and Smoke Rings? Oh, you're right. It's here. Just outside the camera. But there's a problem. I don't have any glasses. And I'm not a hobo, so I can't actually drink from the bottle. That would be unseemly. Unseemly? So I have to do this. There we go. I didn't drink from the bottle. I don't know what you're talking about. No, I found a cup, and I used that cup. I can't show it to you, but I used the cup. What was I saying? I forget. Someone asked me a really important question. Oh, my favorite character from Old World Blues. You know who the hero of Old World Blues is? Elijah. Now, I know he's not a hero. He's not a good character. But man, that guy, he's this elderly, former elder of the Brotherhood of Steel who lost at Helios 1, but he wades into the big empty and tears the place to pieces single-handedly. Wow! You gotta just be impressed by that guy. He hacks the robots. He turns off Dr. 8's voice. He escapes, right? He brings with him pre-war technology. The guy's just a boss. Now, he ended up not being so interesting in the Sierra Madre, which is why we had to take care of him. But in terms of old world blues, he is impressive, right? Everyone is saying Muggy. Well, yeah, Muggy is pretty great. 30 minutes in and no night on Subnautica. Well, I usually start playing the game about 30 to 40 minutes in, and I suppose it's about time. Okay. Have you ever thought about playing Farmville? I hear the lore is pretty nice. I'll put it on my list. James Shue says, hey, have you ever seen the show Happy Days? What about Mork and Mindy or Laverne and Shirley and a few others? I never saw Laverne and Shirley, but when I was a child, I grew up on Nick at Night. So yes, I watched Happy Days. I watched a lot of Mork and Mindy, Taxi, Green Acres, I Love Lucy, Bewitched, all of it. Good stuff. Okay, so now we're going to play a little bit of Subnautica VR. Now here's the way this is going to work. We're going to keep it short because I have to get back to my video. I still have to meet my schedule. I've got a video to produce for tomorrow, so we probably won't play more than 30 minutes max. Also, this is my first time broadcasting in VR, so you're going to need to excuse me if there are any technical mistakes. It may take a while to do the transition, so please be patient with me. It might take a while, but we're going to try and get into the world. Now, the reason I'm doing this, of course, is because of Fallout 4 VR, which is coming out on the 12th, I believe, so in less than a week. Is it the 12th? I think it's the 12th. And I'm gearing up for the ability to broadcast that live. So we're going to see if we can get it to work. But for now, let's switch to Subnautica. So give me a second. I'm going to get ready. Okay, so I got to turn off my big camera. There you go, I've got my small camera. And there's Subnautica. So now, the tricky bit is getting this on my face. All right, here we go. Okay. Before I clamp this down over my eyes, can you hear my voice? And can you hear the game? Please say so in the chat. Let me know if it works. Did we finish Metro? Asks Hawkster. No, we did not finish Metro, but don't worry, we will. This is just a special detour. What's wrong with my hair? Of course I have hair. Did you think I was bald? Well, I was wearing a hat. Yes, and no game. Right? I realize you can see. Wait. Can you hear? Can you hear the game? You can't hear the game. No game. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. How about now? I think you can hear the game now. Still can't hear the game? Now you can hear both. Okay. All right, here we go. Diving in. I feel like I'm about to do something like crazy from the Matrix. Here we go. Ugh. Oh, this is hard to attach. There we go. All right. Whoa. Let's try this again. Okay, that's a little better. So, please bear in mind that I cannot see the chat right now, so I'm not going to be able to respond to chat. But, okay, I got my WASD, and I'm in VR. Okay, so, for those who don't know, this is Subnautica, and I just crash landed on an alien planet. I'm a spaceman. Damaged radio. Use repair tool. I can't do anything. So this is not a pure VR experience. I do have to use the keyboard and the mouse. Basically, what I can control with my VR headset is up and down. I can look anywhere I want, and to move up, I have to use my head. Otherwise, I can move side to side with my mouse, and then I can strafe with my keyboard and move back and forward with my keyboard. Sadly, it doesn't support the VR controllers, but I believe Fallout 4 will. So this is kind of like a hybrid. Oh. What was that? All right. Oh, come on. All right. And I'm stuck. Well, that was fun. Aren't we glad we did that? Ah, come on. I'm stuck in this menu. For the love of all that is holy. Ah, let me. Oh, thank you. I don't know why I was stuck in there, but. Okay. Can repair that. Solar power cell. Cool. Medical kit. Great. All right, let's go outside. Whoa.
The Aurora suffered orbital hull failure. Cause unknown. 0 human life signs detected.
And here we are in the middle of the ocean on this alien planet. So that was our spaceship. I played this game years ago. I even made a few videos about it on my channel. And it's a fun game, but I never played it in VR. Well, alley-oop. There we go. Break the limestone.
Copper is an essential component of all powered equipment. Your probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but plausible. New creature discovered.
Ooh, what's this, a bladderfish?
Alien life forms may have unexpected applications. Utilizing alien resources is a proven survival strategy.
So you see how I have to tip my head down and then lift it up to move up and down? That's the major control that I get with my VR headset. I still have to use the mouse for everything else. Are those bubbles? This is so trippy. Oh, this is so trippy in VR. Now, what's this? Sweet. Now, one thing I haven't been able to figure out is my user interface. So maybe you can help me. I press tab, but then I can't actually select anything. You'd think I could just look at it and I would be able to highlight over it because that's the way it works underwater. See, when I'm underwater, whoops, sorry, I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep banging my microphone. When I'm underwater, I can just look at something, and I'm picking up these acid mushrooms. That's great. But when I've got my Pip-Boy, not my Pip-Boy, I said Pip-Boy. When I've got my pad open, I can't do anything. So if you're watching, I obviously can't read the chat right now, but if you're watching a replay, maybe you can help me understand how that works. Now, if I recall from my previous gaming experiences, I need to collect fish. Oh, sweet!
New creature discovered.
That is so cool! Ooh. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Is that a bad fish? Is that a bad fish? Let's see. Hello, little guy. Want to be friends? Hello. Well, he doesn't look very aggressive. He's got a big butt, though. Well, I don't think he wants to be friends. He gave me clear instructions to move on. What was that popped up? Did you see that? Something popped up. All right, let's see if we can swim to the ship. Was that guy following me? Oh, acid! It's acid! It's an acid fish! Whoa. Get away from me, acid fish. I need to loot this limestone. Sweet. Hey, back off, buddy. I don't want your acid, your butt acid. Come on. Can I walk on this? There we go. All right, so we're out. We're out of the water. There's my ship. They've changed things. So the last time I played this game, this ship overlay didn't exist, and the menu was much different. Although perhaps this is the VR menu. Let's see if we can swim towards this ship. Ooh, another one of those floaties. Come here, buddy. Ooh, what's that?
New creature discovered.
Jellyfish. Oh no. We've got an acid butt fish. Steer clear of that guy. Oh no, what's that? Is that a shark? So sweet! Oh, this is so sweet. Now I have to admit, the visual fidelity is not as high as I would expect. I would get a clearer image using my monitor. The lenses inside this mask are a little pixelated, to be perfectly honest. It looks like I'm staring at, it feels like I'm staring at 1,000 extremely small LEDs. You can still kind of see the dust. It's almost like you can see the pixels, each and every pixel, and the edge of the lens on the inside is a little blurry. So it's definitely not a perfect 3D visual experience. Now, you guys are seeing a better experience because you're seeing what my monitor would see. But my eyes are seeing a little bit of a pixelation, I guess is a good way to put it. Well, it's not technically pixelation, so I guess it's not a good way to put it. But still, it's a really fun experience, and I do feel like I'm swimming. This is so sweet. Okay, we are getting closer to the mothership thing. I wonder if I can salvage supplies on this thing. So let's get a little bit closer. Oh, we're in deep water now. Ladies and gents, we're in... I hope none of you have thalassophobia. Or however you pronounce it. Oh no, is this more wreckage? Yeah, I wonder what I can get down here. I'm at half take air. Ooh, what's all this? Oh, look at my shadow. That's great. I can't loot anything. Oh, man. All right, time to go up. Up, 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 straight up, straight up. Come on. Here we go. Oh, man, and I hit my microphone and everything. So I couldn't loot any of that. I wonder why. Perhaps I can... All right, let's try this again. Let's see if we can get a little closer to... Oh no, radiation detected. Oh, and the water's green. Or is that because the sun is setting? So wait, am I going to lose health by getting too close to this thing? If only I had some Rad-X and Rad-Away. Yep, radiation detected. Alright, well that's nice. You see how I've got my little escape pod over there? I can see it off in the distance. Oh, and it's turning dark. Ooh, some of these things glow in the dark. Oh, that's sweet. Uh-oh, did I see a fin? Did you see that? Oh, it's just seaweed. Oh, I got legit. Okay, being at sea at night is not fun. This is a little... Wow, it's beautiful though, but this is a little trippy. Oh man, these fish look completely different. All right, I just need to get to my. Oh no, acid bite. Okay. Ooh, that did not sound good. Let's get this guy. Yeah, I know. Oh, look at the moon. What is that? It's trippy. Okay, all right, I'm gonna get back to my little escape pod here, and then take off the mask so I can read some of your comments. I'm curious to see what you guys are thinking, plus cigar, you know. Is that an underwater hatch? Oh, it is! Look at that! Yeah. Okay, sweet. Oh, and I hit my microphone again. Oh, weird. Oh, weird. That's weird. Okay. So, I'm hoping you guys were able to experience everything that I just showed off. Poor Oxhorn hoping for good comments, says John. Don't read the comments. Of course, when the ox is away, the viewers do play, don't they? What video are you doing tomorrow for Fallout 4, says Spiky Joe. I'm going to do the final episode of Agatha's Song. So we're actually going to give the violin back to Agatha, or find something else to do with it. What do you hate about the children of Adam? I don't really hate anything about the children of Adam. I dislike the fact that they're violent. Like the ones in Boston are violent right out the gate. The ones in Far Harbor are only violent if you're not very diplomatic. Try the arrow keys for the UI, says Irwin. That's a good idea. I thought I tried it previously, but I'll try it again. Jay Carey says, what's your opinion of Professor Malleus from Vault 92? Well, I mean, I think that he's a morally dubious character. To agree to use that sort of subliminal messaging to begin with. Now, granted, he was just experimenting on them, trying to get them to twitch their ears, twitch their nose, fiddle their hair, but he was still doing that against their will, without telling them. And anytime you're experimenting on somebody, without getting their approval, without them at least knowing about it, that's messed up. Now, that said, he clearly wasn't trying to get them to cause murder and violence, right? His experiments were a little bit more innocent. He had a moral compass. His line was a little further out than I would like, but at least he had a line that he would not cross. The Overseer did not. He followed orders, and Vault-Tec told him to do something really horrible. So, on one hand, I think that Dr. Malleus had a little bit of moral maturing to do, but on the other, I'm still really proud of him for being the only one who stood up to the Overseer. Make some tools. Yeah, okay. I'm going to see if I can figure that out. Had to rehydrate. Okay. Okay, trying to locate WASD on my keyboard without being able to see my keyboard is a little tricky. Let's move this closer. Now. See, I can't actually select anything. The number pad doesn't do anything. I can still strafe left and right, but I can't choose anything on the tab, just closes it. So we got some issues. The VR has some issues to work out. I can't choose my inventory, and if I can't select my inventory, then I really can't do anything. Well, at least it's daytime. And I can collect more resources. Oh, it's smoking in there. You see that? And the smoke is pouring out. That is so cool. Oh! So far, I'm really good at collecting fish. Can't really create anything though. I want to go in with a full breath of air. So let's head on up first and get a full breath of air before we dive. moving on and moving on. Quartz! Limestone. A creature egg. Oh! Man! What did I come out of? Where's the hole? Oh, there it is. What's that?
Detecting sulfur deposits
Ah!
in the local cave system.
Whoa! No, no, no! What was that? What was that? Did I die? No. And I didn't lose any health. Was that like a kamikaze? Man, I feel like I'm in a Euro wave. Get me some glow sticks and dancing boots, ladies and gentlemen. I can jazz to this. All right. Okay, so I collected something. Here, what's that? Metal salvage, finally. Something from my wreck I can interact with. Okay, it's getting deep down there. Is that a monster? It's big. I mean, I'm scared of it because it's so big, but I could be missing out on a fish that I need for survival. So let me get some air and then we'll go see if we can have a chat with it. Where was it? Hello. Bad idea! Bad idea! Run away! Run away! Run away! Keep running! Can I sprint? Can I sprint? No! Is he right behind me still? Where's my ship? I gotta get to my ship. Oh. It's 10 times more scary in VR. Okay, note to self, those guys are mean. I have a feeling these eggs are important. I don't know why.
Oxygen.
Oh, gotta make it 2, 1. What happens if I eat this? Can I eat it? I released it.
New creature discovered.
Boomerang fish. Can I throw it? Where you going, man? Deeper water. Ah! reckon. Whoa, is that guy playing with? It's a new fish, huh? Am I dying? Oh! I almost died. Are those flying fish or birds? Okay, so air is a big deal in this thing. Ooh, my lifeline. Oh, sure, stop right when I get here. There we go. Look at that. Oh, that's clever. Okay, so that's how I can go deeper. I hover over these things. And then,
New creature discovered.
Sick. Can't tango with that. Ooh. Metal salvage. Inventory full. Oh, doggone it. I really need to figure out my inventory, don't I?
Oxygen.
Okay. My inventory is indeed full, but I can't do anything. I'm looking right at it. Click it. No. Can I move my tabs? No. WASD doesn't do anything. Number pad. Number pad doesn't do anything. Tab just opens and closes it. What's that? Maybe there's a way to automatically store items I've looted in my ship. But then again, I'm going to have to fiddle with some sort of inventory system, won't I? Alright, let's see what I can find here. Right. I've got a couple options. There's a damaged radio, which I can't interact with. First aid kit. That's a medical kit fabricator. It's at 91%, so it recharges. What's this? Damaged. Use repair tool, and I have no repair tool. Okay, main power offline. Solar power cell. Fire detected. Carbon dioxide approaching hazard. Is there a fire I need to put out? Where's the fire extinguisher? Oh. Where's the fire? I see smoke, but I do not see fire. Are they talking about that? Well, I have lots of fish, but I can't throw a fish at it. This is infuriating. Mouse wheel, no. Pressing down on the mouse wheel, no. F1. F2. No. Maybe I just need to hover my gaze in just the right. Nothing's highlighted. Okay, let's see if I can open up. Options. Can I? How do I select? Ah! Nope, nope. Well, I can swim. That's what I'm good at in this game, right? Am I stuck? And now nothing has responded. Oh! I think I might have, there we go. Okay. Options. Well, there we go. Keyboard. Bindings. Space. Ah, man. This is infuriating. Okay. Deconstruct Q, exit holster, left hand use. I can't scroll down. Man. That's frustrating. Well, I'm frustrated. I'm going to have to figure that out. I remember being able to do it pretty easily when I was just playing on the PC without VR. But I guess I don't understand how the interface controls have been translated into VR yet. You would think, the thing that I'm frustrated about is I really wanted to... What's that? That's a boomerang fish. I really wanted to be able to get rid of the keyboard and mouse for this game. I didn't realize when I got it that it was a VR hybrid. So I was hoping I could use one of the VR controllers for it. But that's okay. If I'm going to be forced to use the mouse and keyboard with it, I just want everything to be able to work. Can I drop things in my inventory? Nothing is even highlighting as I look around. Oh well, I'll figure it out later.
Oxygen.
Let's see how far I can swim. Let's see if we can swim towards this other mill. That sunset is pretty great, huh? Oh, that's so great! That moon being so close is trippy. Wow. That is so trippy. Oh, look, you can see it moving. I'm not even moving right now. So the daytime is exaggerated. Just like in Fallout 4, 1 second of our real world time does not equate to 1 second of this game's time, which is why that moon is. All right, have we entered into new territory? We've got some green floating things. What was that? Oh no, it's a big old Swim through the creep vine. No, no, a brick wall. No, it's a stone wall. Of course, no brick. Can I hide in here?
Oxygen.
Nope, that's right, air. Ooh, I'm just now noticing that damage on the front of the ship. Check that out. Wow, it is burning. No wonder there's radiation. I remember in my last game when I was playing without VR, I finally was able to make a submarine. That's the level I'd love to get to in this game, but first I gotta figure out the controls. I'll figure it out between now and next week. But yeah, let me know in the comments of the video when I publish it to YouTube if you'd like me to continue playing Metro on my live streams, or if you'd like to see more Subnautica VR once I figure out how to play it, or if you want to see more Fallout 4 VR, which I will be playing when the time comes.
Life on this planet grows in unusually distinct and diverse ecological biomes. Further study recommended.
Oh. Well, it looks like we're... What? Well, we're outside of the seaweed forest.
Oxygen.
We've entered deeper sea. I have no idea what those are, but I gotta get some oxygen. Come on, come on, come on. Faster, faster, faster. No! No, I don't want to die. Whoa!
Short-range scans suggest this biome supports extensive biodiversity and connects to a number of small cave networks.
Oh my goodness. What is that? A rogue cradle?
Oxygen.
Watch me get gobbled up by some sort of fish while I'm examining these things.
Oxygen.
Oh, they're massive. No discernible face. Yeah, I don't think it's a mammal. No idea what it is. But it's pretty doggone sweet. And the sun is up, thank God. You know, I wish I had a compass. I don't know which direction I'm going. Is that a mushroom? Huh. Some sort of coral formation, it looks like. With eyes. Alright, up, 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 up. Come on, can I sprint?
Oxygen.
I'm gonna die. I'm totally gonna die. That's it for me. I'm done. I got too curious. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Ah! Not dead.
The biomass in this area is dominated by plant life, picking up faint or terra vehicle signatures.
Vehicle signatures? picking up faint all-terra vehicle signatures? Does that mean there's more? There's other
Oxygen.
life? Ah, this is starting to get infuriating. I understand it's realistic, but come on, I want to explore. And I'm really dead this time. Yep, I'm really dead this time. There! I'm done! And back in the ship. Alright. Okay. There we go. Well, thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen, for this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings. I had a lot of fun with that. I need to figure out a few things. That interface situation where I was unable to build tools is pretty frustrating. It was also, it felt as if even when I was not using the VR headset and I was in the game, it felt like my mouse was a foot off in one direction. So I had to kind of figure out where the mouse pointer was in virtual space, and then I might be able to highlight some things. So it was really tricky. Not sure what went on there. But that was a blast. Anyway, so my character died. I'm back at the ship. I probably lost everything I was carrying. But we had a good time. So let me know in the comment section below of this broadcast if you want to see more Metro, if you'd like to see more Subnautica once I become more sophisticated with it, or if you just want to go straight into Fallout VR when it arrives, and it should be out by this time next week. Joe says, any plans of going over the new Creation Club reskins, Ox? There are more. Not right now. I'm going to finish this this series I'm on right now with Agatha's song, and then I've got some other content that I've already shot footage for. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a lot more Fallout 4, Fallout 3, and Fallout New Vegas coming. Never fear, we will hit Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 again in due time. And of course, when Fallout 4 VR arrives later next week, we will do our very best to cover it as well. So thank you for watching this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings. Tune in next week, same Ox time, same Ox channel, and be sure to check out my video, which I will publish tomorrow morning. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow morning, as always, bright and early, with a brand new video.